Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Asian Psycho, aka Touhou Sniper 98, and with me, as always, is Moko. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be the second video in response to Fantasy Cancel Kill's crossfade series of crossfades videos that he or she made for the upcoming C8 Comic Cat 83 Touhou ranges that will be released there. I think it's like December. Isn't it like New Year's Eve or something like that, right? December 29th, 30th, 31st, somewhere along the lines. You guys can search up by yourselves. It should be on Wikipedia or something. Anyways, so this is gonna, like I mentioned before, this is going to be part number 2 of the response videos. I know the first one was really long, at like what, 50 freaking minutes or something. So I'll try not to talk for that long. I don't even know how I talk for that long myself, but in any case, that just shows how much I really do enjoy Touhou ranges and how much I want to talk about them. Anyways, let's get started here. Right now I do have Fantasy Games Tokyo's Crossfade part number 2 up, and let's get right into the songs that we have for that are on preview for or that are, you know, displayed here on the crossfade. So this is part number 2. As always, I will try to remember to include the link of the crossfade video I'm talking about in the description, so you guys have some like a reference to go to when I'm start talking about these songs in a minute here. So the first song that is on part number 2 of Fantasy Gensou Kill's Crossfade is by Minstrel, and it's actually been a little bit since I last heard the song, so I may, like, during this video I'll have to take a moment, like minute silence to, you know, try to digest the song again. So yeah, so this first song I'm actually listening to right now in Fantasy Gensou Kill's Crossfade Part 2, and it's by this circle named Minstrel. I've never heard of this circle before. I'd like to make this clear that I'm not really familiar with a lot of circles. Like, I know a couple like really well, and I know quite a bit, but again, there could be like circles that I've never heard of and that actually have been around for a long time, so I do apologize for being ignorant on that aspect, but for me anyway, I've never heard of Minstrel. I may have seen another song that was produced by Minstrel, but I don't know. This is the first song that I've heard from Minstrel, and right off the top of the bat, it sounds very nice. It sounds like one of those anime songs. Like, I know I've mentioned this in part number 1 of these crossfade response videos that I released earlier this week, I hope, depending on how I schedule these videos. And so yeah, it just sounds like one of these anime songs, you know, like this really, I don't wanna call it like a shoujo manga / anime theme song, but if you hear it and you've watched a couple of animes, you'll know it's got the same, you know, sentiment. And to be honest, actually, let me rewind here on this video here. It's the original is Greenwich in the Sky. I don't hear the original melody in the song. Maybe it's because the preview of the song that Fantasy Gensou Kill has in his or her crossfade here doesn't actually include the main melody of the song, because Greenwich in the Sky doesn't sound like this at all. But then again, maybe we need to hear the full song in order to you know, catch the original theme of Greenwich in the Sky within the song. And by the way, the first song I'm talking about by Minstrel, it's in Japanese kanji and hiragana, so I can't really read all of it. I think I actually can. That's katakana. Damn, it's like hiragana and katakana. It's like, god damn it. Like, I can read. That's like do. What's that one again? Dom. I don't know. Anyways, like, even in the title, you'll see there's a star, so that's like a perfect indication of, like, yeah, this is one of those anime, like those really bouncy, jumpy anime kind of, you know, opening songs. So yeah. The vocals are by capital L-I-Q-U, the @ I don't know how I'm supposed to say that, but there you go. So yeah, it's a very nice song, and if I will definitely try to, if I remember, try listening to a full version of that, because it sounds very nice. Actually, I forgot to mention why it sounds so nice. So, first of all, I immediately realized that as the preview is developing, as the video, you know, process the first few seconds. It's got like a good synth beat to it. Again, I'm really terrible with, like, you know, musical terms and how to describe the sounds that I'm hearing. But like for the first, like, what, 10-15 seconds of the crossfade of the preview song here, it's got that high pitched. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe it, but you guys have to listen to yourselves. That high-pitched kind of, you'll know what I mean. But that kind of what sets the tone for the song is really jumpy and bright and happy and whatnot. And then the vocals also kind of mesh with the song very, very well. And on top of that, the drum beat, I think, passed like 20 seconds. 22 seconds, yeah. So the beat from the drums is very, very steady, very nice, and I really do like the drum lines in the previous song here. So the next song we've got going on here, if the video will go ahead and process it, it's by Get in the Ring, and the title is called CC something something something. It's in katakana and hiragana as always, and kanji. The original is by, god damn it. The original is the Centennial Festival for Magical Girls. It is it's the extra stage theme of Flanders Scarlet and Embodiment of the Scarlet Devil. So Circle is by Get in the Ring. Literally, that's it. That's the circle name. Actually, okay, I'll talk about that later. And the vocals are by Mie, and I guess her name is meant to be her signature name anyway is meant to be spelled with hiragana. So Fantasy Gensuku was kind enough to provide the romanji for it. So thanks. So anyways, so let's talk about this preview song. First of all, the circle, Get in the Ring. The Get in the Ring is a circle that, so far, I have only positive reviews for it, but that's only because of the fact that I haven't really listened to very many of their songs. Like, the few songs that I have come across, I've all liked them in one way or another. I have another song that by Get in the Ring, I don't know which album it is, but the original themes that they included in there was both Hong Meiling's and Isao Isakuya's. It was both Flowering Night, and I don't know which, maybe it was Shanghai Alice and Meiji, I don't know, Meiji 17, maybe it was that one. I don't know how many of you guys know what I'm talking about, but that song by Get in the Ring is very nice. It's like a slow song, like one of those melancholic, but it's not like depressing, but it's kind of like those really calm, melancholic, but you know, it's kind of like that feel good kind of song. So yeah, that song I also have and that's by Get in the Ring. So I think that's the only one I ever have, and so far I really like Get in the Ring's productions. And then again, I only listen to a few select songs by Get in the Ring, but because of the fact that, you know, I've come across them, and I really didn't search for any more songs by Get in the Ring. Maybe I should, but meh. For my reviews on Get in the Ring, it's a really great circle, and it's definitely something that you guys can definitely get into. In any case, more about this song. First of all, I remember that I didn't remember hearing the actual Centennial for Magical Girls. Centennial Festival for Magical Girls, wasn't that the original? Yeah. The melody for Centennial Festival for Magical Girls is by far one of my favorite melodies or themes in Touhou Project. It's pretty much up there with, like, God, which one's really good? I don't know. But in any case, it's fantastic. It stands out very well, and unfortunately, Flanders' boss theme, You Are No One Was Her, kind of eclipses it to the point where, you know, no one really thinks about Centennial Festival for Magical Girls. Even though I personally feel like Centennial Festival for Magical Girls sounds better than You Want No One Was Her, but whatever. Can't beat mainstream, right? Anyways, so right away, the Get in the Ring, you can definitely tell that Get in the Ring has this one distinct style. It's like one of these calm, like uplifting songs that kind of, you know, give you a little bit more hope. And you know, people can take Flanders Scarlet's themes, both their stage theme and her boss theme, like different ways. You know, you can make it either like really depressing, like soul-crushingly depressing, like Mika's Moonlight Shines. If you guys don't know that, check it out. It's one of the best make you feel like you want to cry songs in the field of Touhou ranges, I feel. So if you wanna cry your balls out, then if you're a guy, then go listen to it. If you're a woman, then I don't know what you do, but you'd cry your eyes out, I guess. In any case, so yeah. Anyways, what's going on? Right. So you want Flanders themes, you know, it's either soul crushingly depressing or like really really hardcore epic badass guitars going off in this background, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's either one, it's either or of those two, I guess. And then Iosis comes along and yeah, we know what they do. Not trying to say I have any beef with them, but nonetheless, so anyways, as I adjust my pants here, who needs them at a time like this? So after that, but I guess songs like this, I want to see more of, or I want to hear more of, because, you know, obviously Flanders not really known as a really calm and reserved character, given her manipulation power, and her canon personality, I guess, you know, she's been locked away for 500 years, thus Fanon kind of depicts her as this crazed monster that just goes around. As soon as she leaves leaves the mansion, she's gonna wreak havoc on all of Gensokyo. Like, really? I'm sure she's not gonna be able to do that, and I'm pretty sure Canon says Flanders trusts her sister enough so that she's not gonna go out there and just, you know, nuke Gensokyo with the help of Oku somewhere. So yeah. Case in point is that the preview song in Get Ring that I have here on the video right now, by Fantasy Gensokyo's Crossfade here, part number 2, is that you know, the song is very nice, and it would make me happy if I heard more songs like this style that kind of deviate away from Flanders, you know, usual genres of arranges, you know, that are done on Flanders theme. So anyways, I'm done ranting about that. The next song is by a circle called Tenen Gemini. I don't know if I recognize this or not, but I forgot if I've already talked about them in the previous Crossfade response video, but in case I didn't, I have never heard of Tenen Gemini. In fact, my mouth actually recognizes the movement of my lips when I say that, which is, I know it sounds really really weird, sounds really really awkward, but I swear to God that's true. Tenen Gemini, I'm pretty sure I talked about them last time. I've never heard of this circle. I don't know really what their you know, kind of style is, but just by going by the kind of preview that Fantasy Gensokyo has given in his or her Crossfade video here, it seems that their style is one of like the extremely hyper anime girl, like pop anime shoujo is kind of you know, genres, even more so than like minstrels earlier that I talked about earlier in this response video. Like, this is like balls deep, balls to the wall kind of pop Japanese anime kind of genre, and pictures are also really fitting as well. So I think I've made this clear. I'm not too huge a fan of this style of songs, like the ones that did, like the really really high pitched voices that sound like, you know, there are 5-year-olds screaming into the production, you know, mics and whatnot, whatever they do use to record their songs. I'm not too huge a fan of that, because if I do listen to them for more than my mind can tolerate, I'll just throw my headphones, and I'm sure I don't want that. I've done that before. I broke them. It wasn't fun. They were $200 too. Anyways, so yeah, I don't really like this style. It's nice that, you know, Tenen Gemini is, I'm pretty sure they did this kind of style in the previous Crossfade by Fantasy Gensokyo as well. It's nice that they're doing this. I'm sure there are fans out there. Yeah, I'm sure there are fans of this kind of music style, this music genre out there. But me, no, not so much. Though it sounds, I guess, pretty nice. I mean, I've heard worse ones. But nah, I just can't. I just don't see myself, you know, liking it at all. Oh, but that's besides the point. I hated it so much that I didn't even give it a chance to give its song information. So the song I'm talking about is, the title is called Run and Change with 2 exclamation points. The originals are based off of Dahlia Zong, and I'm pretty sure that's Chinese, obviously. So I'm pretty sure I butchered that. Withered Leaf, and A Maiden's Illusionary Funeral, Necrofantasy. Yeah, stumbled over my words. So actually, the song seems to be incorporating themes of both Yakumo Ran's and Yakumo Chen's. Yes, I did call her Yakumo Chen, even though technically speaking, Chen doesn't have her last name. I still think she does. So it seems that this song actually combines. Sure is getting weird. This song actually combines 2 different themes together, and I always like, if there's one thing I do like about the song, it's that I always love it when circles kind of take multiple themes and kind of mesh them together into one song. Now, granted, if they overdo it, like, I'm sure there are songs out there that are compilations of like mass compilations of like a lot of original themes. I'm not too huge fan of those. In fact, I don't like them at all, because most of the time it's just mashed them together. There's no musical coherence, and overall, from a purely euphonic perspective, there's a disconnect. Like, my mind, like, they're nice to listen to if you want to hear like all the themes like really quickly, but by the same circle, then fine, that's okay. But me personally, it's just like, my mind just has a hard time trying to get used to that, if you know what I mean. Yeah. It's just like my mind just malfunctions. It's just like error shutting down, too many. It doesn't sound great shutting down. So yeah, but in the case like this, normally if there are songs that combine 2, maybe even 3, 4 is pushing it, but 2 or 3 kind of original themes together, then usually it's done very well, to the point where it flows. The euphonic flow is very, very nice to listen to, and I don't have to rage and throw my headphones at someone. Anyways, moving along from that. Next song that we have here is by Crest. Now, let me talk about Crest a little bit. The circle, that is, not the toothpaste, in case you guys live in America. The Crest is a circle that I've heard of, but they're kind of one of the more unknown circles for me. Like, I've heard of them, I haven't really heard too much of their songs though. However, the only song that I actually do remember that I actually have by Crest is Again. It's titled Again, and its original theme is the yokai at the gate or something. It's Kusudani Kyoko's or Kurodani Kyoko's original theme. I think that's her name, right? The yokai with the sound reflection. Yeah, I hope you guys know everything. Anyways, so the only other song by Crest is that one, by is sung by Peko, I think, and another person, another female vocalist. I don't know. Peko is actually male. He's like one of those rap kind of ones. It's yeah. He's one of the ones that actually I actually do like listening to his vocals, because the thing is that I've mentioned this before, I don't really enjoy male vocals, but if anyone, it's probably gonna be Peko. Yeah, mainly because he does like kind of rap stuff. Like, he tries incorporating rap. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but when it does work, it sounds great. Mainly it works when he's collabing with other vocalists. That's like the only other time though. So then again, I have to listen to more of his vocals, but yeah, that's about it. Anyways, that's not about Again. It's about this song, and this song, Crest. I think it was a yeah, it was a song based on Fate of 60 Years, the Eastern Judgment of 60th Year. If you guys don't know what that original is, it is the original theme of Yamakshanadu Shikieki. How do I even say her last name? Anyways, I never understood that. So yeah, that's basically the original song. The thing about Shikie's original theme is that it's hard to deviate from the original melody. Like, obviously there are there are other characters that have multiple themes, and it's easy to remix in a way that it sounds very unique and not it's very, very unlike the original theme at all. Shiki's theme, Fate of 60 Years, is one of those themes where it's hard to deviate from the main melody, if you know what I mean. It's just like it's that the main theme is the main melody segment. You guys, if you got for any of you guys who have heard her original theme, you'll know what I'm talking about because it's very evident, very apparent. It's very hard to listen to as long as you've listened to it like 3 times or something. It's one of those melodies where, you know, it's hard to make it sound like it's a new song. You'll always hear that particular portion of original melody in every single arrange. Not really every single range, but most of her ranges, because it's just so distinct. It's pronounced. You'll notice that it's there every time. I'm pretty sure this song is no different. If it is, actually, no. This song is no different. You can definitely hear the original melody like right away. So it in a sense it's good because you know, you get to hear the main melody and it stays true to its original Touhou range. The thing about it is that most of the time the vocals actually match the original theme. So it's not like some other Touhou ranges where it's like the synth and the background music are the ones that are carrying out the imitation of the original themes, like, and the vocals just sing whatever melody they want. Most of the time, when it comes to Shiki's ranges, it's like, you know, the vocals actually match Shiki's original theme as well. So in that sense, it's pretty good because it stays true to Shiki's original theme. And will I come across a song that I know is remarkably like different from the West? We'll have to see. But in any case, the actual song information here. Okay, so the title is in Japanese. I can't read that. It's both kanji and katakana, so if I tried to read it, I wouldn't be able to. Crest is by, or Circles by Crest, and Vocals is by Lin A. I've never heard of her, but it seems like her vocals in this song are pretty okay. I like them, and I feel like they could be better. If it could be a little bit deeper, and it could be a little bit more bassy, I should say, but it's okay. It's definitely, it's nowhere near like bad, but it could be a little bit improved by a little bit. Anyway, that's enough for that song. Overall, it sounds pretty good, and you know, I will definitely try to pick up on it later on. We'll see how it goes though. Now this next one, crap! I actually. Okay, so this next one, let me just backward. Okay, so this next song is by A1. The circle's name is A1. Title is called "Time to Recount a Relation." One side note that I'd like to add is that sometimes Touhou ranges, or it doesn't have to be restricted to Touhou range, but J-pop and J-rock songs that are in English, sometimes they make no sense. And it's actually kind of funny that way. But in this case, it makes sense, but it's kind of awkward and like time to count a relation. Anyways, and the originals that it's based off of are English grammar. Charming Domination, Whodunit, and Necrophantasia both are themes of Yakumo Yukari, Phantasm stage of Perfect Cherry Blossom Touhou number 7. And Charming Domination is, I believe, her stage theme, and Necrophantasia is her boss theme. And here's the thing. Necrophantasia, I prefer Charming Domination, but the thing is that Necrophantasia, it kind of shares the same kind of relationship with Flanders Scarlet's own theme songs, where their boss theme songs, as opposed to their stage theme songs, the boss stages just overpower the stage themes. Like no doubt, no question. Like Fanon has made it so that Necrophantasia and UN Owen was her basically tower over Charming Domination and Centennial Festival for Magical Girls, respectively, in terms of sheer popularity. So that's why I feel like, you know, Necrophantasia, it can be done well, it can be remixed well. I just really don't like it as a song. Like, there are some songs that I don't like, and no offense to the Tsukima yokai, but Necrophantasia is one of them. Like, I don't really like it. at all. Like, it's not a question of, oh, I like it, I don't like it when compared to this song. I just don't like it, period. I can find myself listening to it if it's done well, though, if it's arranged well, but that's only if. Just its original theme song, though, by Zun, Necrofantasy doesn't really kill it for me. In fact, I would even prefer Necrofantasy, Illusionary Maiden's Border, or something like that. Yakumo Ran's boss theme song. I would prefer that over Necrofantasy. It just sounds better, in my opinion. Like, the melody is more euphonic, but that's just me. As for Charming Domination, the problem is with Charming Domination is that it's even less popular than even Centennial Festival for Magical Girls. Nobody remixes this. Like, even if they do, it's done well. Trust me, but it's not done well as other arrangements might have been. So it's kind of a pity. I really do like Charming Domination, but you know, what can you do? If people don't want to remix this, then they don't want to remix it. But enough talking about the actual original theme songs themselves. It's produced by A1, that's a circle name, and the vocals are partly in English and partly in kanji. The English part is called root. Now here's the thing. This is a male vocal. It's a rock song. The male vocals suck. So what's worse than male vocals? Male vocals that suck and they're paired with rock. Now, I don't mean to offend anyone here, but to me, that just sucks. So, just, no. The vocals here in this song sound like they're from, like, some 70s rendition of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Like, you hear this song and you're just like, well, these vocals sound like they're from some stuck tape recorder from the 60s in Japan. But that's neither here or there. I just don't like it, and mainly because of the fact that the vocals kind of ruin it for me. So anyways, there we go. If we fast forward throughout the song, the male vocals eventually go away, and you can hear that the rock it slowly infuses with techno and synth. But other than that, I just meh. The male vocals, nightmare. Anyways, moving on to the next song. This one's by Misty Rain, and the original theme for this is Dollmaker Bucuresti, or Bucuresti. I hope I'm saying that right. Bucuresti. And as you guys know, or some of you may know, but this is the original theme song, or this is the boss theme of Alice Margatroyd, my favorite character from Touhou Project. So naturally, I'd like this. It's very hard for me to listen to an Alice Margatroyd arrange and not like it. It's extremely hard for me to do that. This song, no different. On top of that, it's rock, so no brownie points. Though, the thing I'd like to mention about this is that the vocals is, well, although it's female, the vocals for this also sound like they're also from like some 70s anime opening thing like that. That's pretty much the only problem I have with it, though. As the preview progresses, I kind of get used to it, so it's not really too bad as the song goes on. But, you know, it's definitely not one of the songs that I'd go straight to on my iPod and be like, oh, I want to listen to this one today, as I want, like, you know, that's the first song that I've heard today from my iPod. It's not one of those songs because of the fact that the vocals don't really feel like they match like a rock setting, like a electric guitar rock kind of setting, and kind of like a background. So, anyways, let's introduce the song itself. Let's see. So the title is in kanji. I can't read it. Original is, as I've mentioned before, is Dollmaker Bucuresti. The circle is by Misty Rain, and vocals is CL. Capriccioso Cantabile. Now here's the thing. When I was listening to the preview for the song, I didn't know the vocals were by CL. Because I actually do know CL. CL did the vocal covers for some songs by Foreground Eclipse and draw the Foreground Eclipse and draw the emotional. In fact, CL sings a lot of songs. Now that I think about it, she sings a lot of songs with Alice Margatroyd themes in it, which is really surprising. So maybe she's like a huge Alice Margatroyd fan. I don't know, but like another one. It's like I forget the song, but it was a heavy metal song. I think by Draw the Emotional. It was sung by CL. So the thing is though, is that CL sounds so much different in this song. Like I don't know what happened, but her vocals is just. I just don't feel like they match with the original style. That's straight up. Unless the other songs I've been listening to were the ones that weren't necessarily her style, matched her style. In that case, then what a pity. But I hope that's not the case, because it's one of those songs. Again, it's one of those vocals where you sound like they've been taken straight from an 80s or 70s Japanese anime, like seeing the openings for those kind of animes and put like in 2013 or 2012 and listening, like basically doing the vocals for these kind of songs. I don't really like that. So I'm not a retro guy. Just saying. So yeah, CL, you've done well. Not this song though. Sorry. About it. Other than that, though, the guitars for this song are fantastic, though. It's just that the vocals don't really supplement them very well. Also, another thing is that the drums are wild. Like usually I wouldn't mind if the drums went wild once in a while. They go wild from the start. Like they make you feel like you're being like rushed listening to the song. Then again, that may or may not be a good thing, depending on what your preferences are. But in any case, I'm not too huge fan of that one either. Anyways, let's see what we're at the halfway mark. So I think I'll cut the halfway mark here just to make it just to ensure that I'm not talking for too long. Let's see. The next one is by Kimono Museum. Interesting circle name. I like it. And the title for this is again in kanji, so I can't really say it. Originals for this one, it's kind of like a Ten and Gemini's song before in this before I talked about and before in this video, where it takes two themes and smashes them together. I shouldn't say smash them together. It blends them together, and the two themes are this time from the same person. Kochiya Sanae's themes of Primal Scene of Japan, The Girl Saw, and Faith is for the transient human being, or Faith is for the transient people. Either one is fine, I think. And this one is sung by C83. I've never heard of this vocalist before. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have to listen to a few seconds of this and see what I actually think about her vocals. Now, one thing I can say about her vocals is that it reminds me a lot of this one vocalist. I just can't get to my head. I don't remember all the top of my head right now, but in any case, her vocals, it's between like Mei Ayakura and Mikan's. If you guys saw the Touhou Music Showcase video episode number 20 that I released, that showcased Saigetsu, or it was like, yeah, it was number 20, that I released Saigetsu, then let's think about like if there was a vocal like spectrum between Mei Ayakura and Mikan. 723 would be basically in the very middle of it. Like she's got that like deep kind of feeling to her voice, but at the same time, if she could definitely pull off like a really high pitched I don't know, I shouldn't say high pitched, but like the how should I say this, like the J-pop-ish, high pitched anime voice. Yeah, that one. It's in between there. Like she can go either way, but for now she's straddling the middle spectrum. Other than that, did I even introduce? Yeah. Okay. So Sanae's theme. In the preview here, you can definitely hear Sanae's Faith is for the Transy People original theme, I think. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that one. Because the Primal Scene the Girl Saw, Primal Scene in Japan, the Girl Saw sounds a little bit different in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. This song just doesn't stand out to me. Because one of the reasons for that is because Kochiya Sanae's song, I mean, she's a highly popular character in Touhou. I mean, that's straight up. That's a fact. Though, with that kind of popularity, though, causes her themes to be completely overdone to the point where it's kind of like my relationship with what's Romelia Scarlet's stage 6 theme? I don't know. Anyways, so it's kind of like that, where they've been remixed to the point where it's sickening to listen to now. Not in terms of like, you know, the production quality. Like the melody itself is really, really great. It's just that you just get so sick and tired of it, listening to it over and over by so many goddamn circles. It's like, oh god, just please move on to something else. But anyways, people are going to still make arrangements on Sanae's themes as they always do, because there's an infinite amount of songs and they're not going to run away anytime soon. But that's the thing I wanted to point out, is that because of the fact that Sanae's themes have been remixed and rearranged and arranged for so many times, it no longer stands out, unless it's like Prayer Blue by Felt, where it's just mind-blowing, like mind-blowingly good and really enjoyable to listen to. Unless it's like that, then unfortunately most of Sanae's arranges they're not gonna end like that. So sorry, that's just what I had to do. So yeah, if you guys want, check them out. Once again, the circle is by Kimono Museum. They are also written in full kanji as well. But Fantasy Genso Kyo managed to provide the I should say, oh yeah, the romanji for it, so it's very good. It's not very nice of them, and yeah, I'll cut the video here because I don't know how long I've been talking for. We'll find out right now. 36 minutes. So obviously I was if seeing that we're only halfway through, I would have talked for over an hour. So I'm gonna cut it here. So thank you guys for watching, guys. And I think I was leaning back in my chair, so I don't think I was actually able to be catched by my webcam. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. And part 2 to this my response video to part 2 of Fantasy Genso Kyo's Crossfade. Try saying that 3 times fast. Will come along soon, I hope, whenever I have time to make this part. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Yoko says bye, dude. Bye! Okay, so this should be recording now. Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho. This is going to be the second part to the second episode, whatever you want to call it, of the commentary thing. It's been actually quite some time since I've done the first part. I think it's been like a full week or so. Reason for that is because obviously, if you guys didn't watch my last video, I don't know if you guys did or not. I don't really care. But in case you guys weren't paying attention to my recent events, sorry, I'm just adjusting my chair. I am now in the middle of finals week. Actually, most of my studying is done at this point. I still have one more final left, and that's bio, but pretty much all the studying has been done by this point. It's just a matter of, okay, just review, and then just remember it for the final, but that's neither here nor there. You guys don't need to know about that, because school business is personal business, and thus and because I don't share personal business with YouTube, thus you don't need to worry about it. No, that concerns you. So anyways, like I said, this is going to be the second part to the second part, for redundancy's sake, of this Touhou commentary thing in response to Fantasy Genso Kyo's Crossfades, set of Crossfades. Again, this is response to his or her second Crossfade, and this is part number 2. Go figure. 2's all the way across the board. Anyways, so, continuing off where we last left off, now we are going to introduce this song. Once again, the video link that I'm going to be talking about will be in the description down below, if you can see that. So, this song that we're going to go into right now is called Party Night in English. Originals are, now here's the weird thing. The circle that made this, that published this, is called Tumeneko. And the vocals are by Yukina. The thing about this song is that immediately, right away, I noticed that it's based off 2 originals that have nothing to do with each other. The first one being Emotional Skyscraper Cosmic Mind, which is the stage or the boss theme of Byakuren Hijiri, stage boss numbers or stage 6 of UFO or Touhou 12. And the Fires of Hokkai, which is also her stage theme as well. and Girl Ceiling Club, which is one of the themes for Renko and Maribel Hearn. Those characters aren't related at all. So it naturally comes as a very big surprise that you know, their themes will be remixed like that. Like this is like a combination that I could have never expected. Like, what relationship do they share? Like, unless they share some crazy relationship that I'm not aware of because I don't pay attention to, like, too in-depth into Touhou canon, then, as far as I'm concerned, these are just randomly picked, I shouldn't say generated, but randomly picked themes that Tumeneko decided to just, hey, hey, fuck it, we'll just, you know, take random themes and we'll just, you know, remix them and see what we get. And this is what we get. And so once again, the song title is called Party Night. Vocals are by Yukina. The vocals Yukina are actually very nice. I've actually heard of Yukina. Again, I wish I could tell you what songs I've heard them from, but alas, I don't really know them off the top of my head. Also because of the fact that I haven't listened to the actual Crossfades themselves for a very long time. You'll hear me, or you'll see me kind of pause for a brief second here or there to, you know, soak in the previous song previews again. So, which is actually what I'm doing right now. And the first part of the preview song that I'm talking about here actually sounds very nice. It's got a very calm, smooth, but very rapid, kind of like this, you know, acoustic guitar and drum line. And Yukina's vocals are actually very, very nice with that, surprisingly enough. Usually Yukina's vocal type, it would be more suited for like those techno-ish songs, where there's a lot of synth and you know, not really much so guitar or drums. But in this case, I think I actually like her vocals with you know, acoustic guitar and a little bit of drums here and there. It's actually not that bad. And not only that, but she also sings Fires of Hokai. So yeah, excellent. Both Fires of Hokai and Emotional Skyscraper Cosmic Mind are two of my favorite theme songs, which is actually really good. And yeah, as you progress through the preview of the song, you can actually hear that they actually somehow managed to combine Girl Ceiling Club with Hijiri's themes. It's really weird. It actually works out pretty well, surprisingly enough. But I don't know. It works, but for me mentally, it's gonna take me some time to, you know, kind of digest the fact that there's these random thieves that have no relation to each other whatsoever, and somehow it works. Just somehow. I guess I could test that. I guess I could test that success to the fact that Yukina's singing the vocals. I mean, I don't know. Yukina really makes the song work. I feel like Yukina's the main reason why this song sounds the way it does. So, mad props to her. Anyways, so once again, I don't really know Tumeneko. I've heard of them, but I don't really know most of their works. Next song is produced by a circle called Shinigiwa Satellite. I have no idea what they are either. The title is in kanji, so I can't read that. Though there is a star in there in the title, which kind of makes me wonder, because this is a heavy metal song. And heavy metal songs, or I shouldn't really say heavy metal, but this is like one of those... What the fuck? It must be my cell phone. It's in my pocket. Don't worry about it. It's just my alarm. Why did I set it for noon? Anyways, so yeah, this is kind of weird because the song title has like those stars in it, but yeah, it's like a screamo / extremely heavy metal song. So yeah, talk about misplacement there, I guess. Anyways, so the original is I shouldn't say is R, The Fantastic Legend of Tono and Withered Leaf. They are stage number 2. of Perfect Cherry Blossom. They are both the stage theme and the boss theme of Yakumo Chen. And the vocals for this are, well, first of all, they're in kanji, or one of them are anyway. So the second one is by C83. I believe that's a female vocalist name. Hold on, I'm gonna have to listen to this song a little bit more. Now, let me just make this clear. There are certain types of screamo metal that I like, but for the most part, screamo is more or less obnoxious. And I'm pretty sure most of you can attest to that. Most people don't really like screamo anyway. Like, basically the only screamo type that I like are the ones by like either Undead Corporation or Foreground Eclipse. But this song is a little bit different. That it starts out kind of like, oh, it's like one of those standard screamo songs where the male screamo guy is going to be fucking obnoxious for the entire song. But in the middle, once the female vocals kick in, then it starts becoming actually pretty good. The female vocals actually remind me a lot of, fuck, I don't remember her name. God damn it, this pisses me off. Okay, so if you guys have watched Sword Art Online and you've listened closely enough to the opening songs for those for SAO, and you know who the vocalist for those openings are, she surprisingly sounds like that. I'm not gonna lie. Either my ears are completely fucked up for no reason at all, or I'm just completely crazy. I don't know. But to me, the vocalist who did the openings for SAO kind of sound like the vocals that you hear in this song that I'm talking about. In any case, I don't know. I guess that's a good thing, right? So yeah, well, coincidentally enough, right as the female vocals kick in, the melodic metal of the song starts kicking in as well. So I guess that's a double bonus, right? And in that sense, I guess this song is actually really good, but initially it doesn't sound that way. So, now this song, Foreground Eclipse. All I need to say is fucking Foreground Eclipse. What more should be said about them? If you guys don't know, I'm also a very huge fan of Foreground Eclipse, mainly because of the fact that fucking Mirami Papa. She's in there. I have kind of the same mentality about Mirami as I do with Mei Ayakura. Well, in the sense that they're both fucking awesome. Mei Ayakura in the more techno department, and Mirami in the more, you know, rock, screamo-ish department. And it seems like Foreground Eclipse will definitely deliver again. What more can I say about that? Foreground Eclipse fucking rocks. I mean, their screamos are pretty much the only screamos that I can actually tolerate, like, at any given time. That's just how awesome they are. And as I scroll down to the comments, it's just like the first comment that I see is fucking awesome, a new Foreground Eclipse song. Anyways, so talking more about this song, the title is called "Dear, Are You Getting Sober?" which I kind of find hilarious, seeing that Yasuka Kaneko is sometimes associated with alcohol in some pictures anyway. Now there's someone playing the piano downstairs. The originals are Cemetery on Basha, Grave of Being, and Venerable Ancient Battlefield. The initial theme that you hear at the beginning of this song is actually I believe it's Venerable Ancient Battlefield. I don't know if you hear the Grave of Being part in the preview of this song, but if it's there, then I definitely love to listen to it, because by far my favorite Grave of Being arrangement have to be the ones by Sound Zephyr. I don't know the title, but there's one by Sound Zephyr and it sounds amazing. And the other one would have to be by Crow's Claw from the most recent album, whenever they released it. I don't know when, but it was called Grave of Being straight up, and it was by Crow's Claw, and that was also really amazing too. And so, yeah, vocals as usual. I mean, because it's Foreground Eclipse, Mirami and Teto are basically their main singers. Foreground Eclipse is basically just a one group show. Like, the same people come back to it all the time. Mirami, Teto, and a couple other people. Teto is male screamo vocals. His screamos are actually probably the best that I've heard in the Touhou screamo department. Mirame being, well, one of my top 5 vocalists ever. So, yeah, the combination of both, you've got yourself one really, really fucking kick-ass circle that makes really, really good screamo songs. If you're into that anyway. And so, yeah, let's just enjoy the eargasm that this song is. And so yeah, I highly recommend foreground clips for you guys who do enjoy a decent screamo or like just really good rock, like heavy metal or rock in general. And yeah. The thing about foreground clips also, before now that I've made it perfectly clear that foreground clips is the fucking shit, the thing about foreground clips is that they actually make, it's kind of like how Felt, they kind of approach their themes like Felt does. Just like how Felt kind of has their themes like really hidden, or they remix it in a way that's really difficult to you know, detect that the theme is actually there. What foreground clips does is that they take the themes and make it sound like 1,000 fucking times better. I don't know how else to say that. I really don't. But yeah, it's just like, for a perfect example is Flames Within These Black Feathers. They remixed Reiji Utsuho's nuclear fusion theme, and you could, like, in that song, you could tell, clearly it was a nuclear fusion song, but at the same time it didn't sound like one. That's kind of how foreground clips kind of arranges their songs. They make it so that it's the original themes sound 1,000 times fucking better. You don't know, you know that it's the original song, like you know what the original theme is, yet you feel like it's a different song altogether. On top of that, it's Mirame. There you go. What more can I say? Sexy guitars, sexy drums. Whoever does the drums for that, you're pretty much as good as Dimitori's drummer, and that's saying a lot. Yeah. Anyways, looks like the next song is going to load here. Damn ads! Fucking YouTube layout is fucking shitty these days. Anyways. And what the fuck just happened? Oh, did I click on an ad? Yes, I did. Oh, that's just too bad then. Well, as we're loading for this shitty ass piece of website called YouTube to load up again, I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward here. Again, YouTube is exceedingly retarded. I don't think you need me to tell you that in order to know that. Now here we've got a song by Seventh Heaven Maxion. I've heard of them actually more than what you might expect. Seventh Heaven Maxion is one of those circles where, again, you either like them or you don't, or more specifically, you either like some of their songs or you hate some of their songs. Fortunately enough, for me, it's one of those situations where the songs that I have heard from Seventh Heaven Maxion are really good. I can actually bring up some on right now on my iTunes, but I'm kind of too lazy to do that. So just bear in mind, Seventh Heaven Maxion is a really good, is a pretty good circle. I wish I could get to them more, but well, I probably not. But I mean, it wouldn't help if you guys check them out either. So anyways, this song title is original by Satori Maiden Third Eye. I believe this is the sorry, hiccup. I believe this is the boss theme of Komeiji Satori, or yeah, Komeiji Satori, stage number 3 of Subterranean Animism, Touhou number 11. Title is called Specca Captor Satori, which really reminds. It seems like they're making a wordplay on Card Captor Sakura. In case you guys have heard of that, and that's just what I thought of. That's the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw the song title, which is really weird. Don't ask me why. And the vocals are, unfortunately, the vocals are in kanji, so I can't read that. But anyways, it's by Seventh Heaven Maxian. And let's see, Seventh Heaven Maxian seems to be a circle that makes predominantly like really slow, calm, kind of uplifting, like really calm kind of songs. Like, you know, like the type of songs that you can bring up on your iPod, kind of recline in a chair, your couch, whatever, just close your eyes and just enjoy the song. That's what I really think that Seventh Heaven Maxian is all about. I mean, that's what I remember from their song, from those few songs that I have heard from them. Now, the thing about this song is that, first of all, there's two female vocals that actually sound really similar. That you need to actually pay attention in order to pick up on the fact that there's actually two separate vocals in this that actually sing together. Another thing about the song is that the original is Satori Maiden and Heartfelt Fancy. I think Fantasy Game Tokyo forgot to mention the fact that the Heartfelt Fancy was actually in there too. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually confusing that. I don't know. I swear I could have heard Heartfelt Fancy in there somewhere. But anyways, the thing about Heartfelt Fancy and Satori Maiden is that they're supposed to be really melancholic, kind of depressing, and kind of mystical yet kind of creepy sounding songs. Yeah, Seventh Heaven Maxian takes those arranges and makes it sound like you listen to these and you could be completely happy the entire rest of the day. Don't know how they do it, but they do. So in case that's a good thing for you, then there you go. Now this next song is by DBU Music. I've heard of them. You can call them Debu. I call them DBU. DBU Music is, once again, I've heard of it, but I have not listened to them at all. Matter of fact, this just might be the first song that I actually legitimately listened to, like paid attention to, in terms of their preview. I might have heard DBU Music's other arranges that if they made vocal less, like just instrumentals, then I've definitely heard some of their songs. This might be the first vocal song that I've actually heard from DBU Music, but then that's neither here or there. The title is called Greatest Treasure. Original is both At the End of Spring and A Tiny Clever Commander. My Asian accent nearly bled through there. And this is the stage theme and boss theme of Nazrin, who is the stage 1 boss of UFO. And vocals are in here katakana, so I can't read that. I mean, if I try, I could, but it's like I can't do it. Anyways, so let me just listen to this song first. A Tiny Clever Commander is a theme that I don't really know like my true feelings about. Like, it can be really epic, like Demon Tori's Tiny Clever Commander rendition. Other times, it can just sound really forced. It can sound really, how should I say this, unnatural, because they try to follow the original melody way too much. And in a sense, that's a bad thing, because, I mean, if there's a remix, then, you know, you should kind of expect that the circle or the vocal or the producers would, you know, kind of include their own little twist to it, so that it's not entirely just, oh, you only hear the original melody. Unfortunately, that's what the song does. It focuses too heavily on the original melody of Tiny Clever Commander, and unfortunately, that doesn't really do it any favors. So, in a sense, I don't really like the song. But A Tiny Clever Commander does have the potential to become something really good and really great, just like Demon Tori's Tiny Clever Commander. That's just awesome. Anyways, next song is by East New Sound. And, yeah, it looks like dubstep is now officially, I'm pretty sure dubstep has been around for quite some time now in Touhou range field, but you know, Japanese artists will always look around for sources for new inspirations of music styles, and looks like, well, American dubstep has made its way over to Touhou range. I mean, in my own Touhou Music Showcase, I mean, I've had one that was 10 Desires and or Desire Drive. I don't know if you could call that dubstep technically or not. It really didn't sound like mainstream dubstep. This one is full on just mainstream, full blown mainstream dubstep. You can tell immediately. Any follower of American dubstep, you know, you're just gonna listen to the song and be like, "Yep, that's dubstep." Like, I'm not a fan of dubstep at all. I mean, at times it sounds really nice and sounds really good, but I don't really follow it. I stay away from American music like in general to begin with. But even I can tell, like, this is just blatant dubstep. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know, it's I kind of have that mentality where it's just like, dubstep, really? Alright then. Like, that kind of mentality. Like, I'm not discouraging it, but it's kind of like, well, American dubstep. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry if I offended some of you who actually do like American dubstep. No, that's not my intention. It's just I'm not really too huge of a fan of it myself. Anyways, so the title of this is called Restoration of ... Yeah, that's literally its name. Original is Ghostly Band Phantom Ensemble. So this is the theme song of the Prison River Sisters, stage number 4, boss theme of Perfect Cherry Blossom. Circles by East New Sound. East New Sound is a predominantly techno / synth circle anyway. So for them to incorporate dubstep into this song is actually not that surprising. In fact, it's like about time, right? I saw that coming. And the vocals for this is Hotaru Murasaki. I'm pretty sure I heard of this vocalist before. I definitely recognize the name Hotaru, but I don't really remember like any other songs that this vocalist has sung prior. So unfortunately, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but anything like that. But if you do enjoy dubstep and you do enjoy Touhou, then well, here you go. Here's a dubstep song. Yeah. Actually, I'm actually quite interested to hear how this song actually develops in terms of how the dubstep will actually play into the original theme. Because dubstep, you know, it sounds really, really kick-ass. Sounds really nice. I see. So in this song, it seems that the vocals, this is kind of style of song that the song is heavily reliant on the vocals to bring the original melody. So in a sense, it's kind of like, I don't know. I could think of a song, but I can't right now. But this is one of those songs where the vocals carry the original melody, and the background noise is there for basically just backup noise, I guess. I mean, dubstep. You really can't go wrong with dubstep, I guess. Next song is by Register 6. Now, here's the thing. This song is fucking awesome. I've never heard of this circle before. Once again, their name is Register 6. Title is in katakana, so I don't really know what that means. I can't really read that. The originals are Flowering Night and The Maid and Pocket Watch Full of Blood. Personally speaking, I like Maid and Pocket Watch Full of Blood. In case you guys don't know what those originals are, they are the boss themes of Izayoi Sakuya in both, or not, I shouldn't say both, but in Embodiment of Scarlet Devil stage number 5 and Phantasmagoria Flower View, Sakuya's theme basically. Flowering Night is from Sakuya's theme in Phantasmagoria Flower View. And Maid and Pocket Watch Full of Blood is from Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, obviously. And and Luna Clock, Luna Dial. Can't forget that either. And the vocals are by Okahira and Misaki. I think that's what her name is, right? Yeah, Misaki. The thing about this song is that it starts off extremely perfect. Like, this is like industrial punk kind of rock. I don't really, of course, I could be butchering the genre completely, so please forgive me. But in terms of rock, it sounds so differently unique that, like, the melody and the beat are perfect. And there seems to be some people just blasting shit all over the place today. Anyways, so the start of the song is perfect. It's flawless. Sounds absolutely amazing. very calm. It kind of reminds me of American metal, actually. In fact, like maybe Green Day. I don't know. Like it used to be like old school American rock and metal, alternative rock, kind of like that stuff. Also, another thing is that the original melody, you can definitely hear it there, but because this song is a rare instance where the actual rock line, not the vocals but the instrumental line, improves upon the actual original melody. Because Flowering Night, honestly, I would have liked Flowering Night if it wasn't remixed so damn much because of Isoya Isakuya's innate like huge ass popularity with the Touhou fan base. Honestly speaking, Flowering Night is like is kind of like what is it? Remelia's theme song, where it's just been remixed way too many times, and unfortunately, I don't really like that. But songs like these, where you pull an entirely new twist on it to the point where it sounds completely different and something completely new, that is what I'm looking for. That is what changes and eventually allows the total range field to evolve and develop, and you just get this really one kick-ass song. And this song alone could probably match up to like foreground eclipse status. I'm serious. But anyways, that will conclude the very long second part to this Crossfade video response number 2. And I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'd be completely amazed if you guys stuck around for this entire hour. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. And as always, she says bye too. Okay, now go back to sleep. あなたを今思い出せる